Are you worried about the future? Are you worried about your investments and how you're going to survive as you get older? Or even hold on to the money that you have today? Well, you're in luck, because I've got the investment strategy that you need, the investment strategy that you want. It's a secret investment strategy that only a few people are going to know about, and you might be one of the lucky few for just $1,195. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't charge you. I'm not that cruel. A lot of suckers out there fall for that kind of stuff, though. Sad to see. But back to the business at hand. So, is it going to be inflation or deflation? Don't know. Can't tell you. Nobody knows. But what I can tell you is how to prepare for it. Listen up and listen carefully. The only thing that I can tell you with certainty is that things are going to get more difficult, more painful as we go on. And with certainty, today I can tell you how to prepare for that pain and how to experience less pain than other people will. And it's a simple strategy. Did you know that 12%, actually 12.5%, of Americans' household budget goes to food? Yes, it's true. We spend a lot of money on food, and I'm betting a lot of you probably spend even more than that on food. Figure McDonald's, Wendy's, Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Paradise Express. Oh gosh, there's so many places. I'm getting hungry. But I think you understand what I'm saying. We eat out a lot. And if we don't eat out a lot, maybe we go to one of those organic stores where we pay $5 for a tomato. The question is, how can you cut down on your food costs? It's hard to do that. Now, in a prior video, a Sam's Club video, where I talked about people who are on food stamps and how they could save money, I'm going to take it a step further today and show you just how you can save money by buying base ingredients and preparing the food yourself. Now, don't shut the video off. I know, if you're like me, you're lazy and you cannot stand cooking. You hate it, you despise it, you want to run away from the kitchen. But, like anything else, life is going to get tough. So I'm going to show you the tools that will make your time in the kitchen painless, easy, and enjoyable. And you're going to need these things. So watch and learn. I would like to introduce you today to my friend, the Aromatic. Can you see that? It's a rice cooker. And not just any rice cooker. It is the #1 rice cooker in America. You're going to need one of these. You know why? Because rice is a very cheap staple, which makes an excellent dish with just about any meal. And not only does it cook rice, it also steams as well. So you're not just buying a rice cooker, you're buying a steamer. That's right, Aromatic. Get the name, Google it, do some shopping. You need to buy one. I swear by this thing. I love it. I use it often. It's very easy. You put the rice in, you put the water in, you turn it on, and then later you have rice. Perfect rice and steamed vegetables. I cannot quit raving about this. You're going to need to buy one, so do it. Next up, you're going to need one of these. I'm sure many of you already have them, but if you don't, you need to buy one. Say hello to George. That's right, you're going to need a George Forman grill. Do you know why? Because it doesn't require coal or propane to grill your food. All it requires is electricity. So make this a necessity. It grills everything. In fact, I'm not going to waste your time talking about how wonderful this is. You can simply go onto the internet or talk to a friend who has one. If you don't have one, you need to buy it. As many of you know, I'm an American. And as such, that means I like to eat foods that are horribly, horribly unhealthy for me. That's why I want to introduce you to a device which I think no American should be without. Their own personal deep fryer. Say hello to the Presto. Yes. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Yes. This thing allows you to use 2 baskets at the same time. So you can put your onion rings in, and then you can put your French fries in at the same time. And you can cook multiple items. It's rated best in class. The link will be on the bottom of the page. So yes, you need to buy a deep fryer because someday KFC might cost you too much money if you're broke. This way you can do it yourself. And chicken is a relatively inexpensive meat to buy. So please, do yourself a favor and get yourself a deep fryer. It's less of a mess to clean up, and it's much easier to use than throwing everything in a pot and then turning up the temperature. Now, you heard me mention donuts in the fryer, but if you have an inkling of what goes on in the kitchen, you know that making that kind of dough is very labor intensive. First, you have to mix all the materials, the yeast, the flour, the salt, the sugar. Then you have to, let it rise. Then you have to knead it. Then you have to let it rise again. It's too much work for a normal person like myself. That's why I found this, the answer to all of our problems. Behold. Yes, it is truly a masterpiece. The BBCC X20 by Zucchini. I'm probably not pronouncing that right because they're a Japanese company. But this is probably the most popular bread machine known to man. Well, maybe not most popular, but definitely the highest rated. In fact, if you go do your Google research, I'll provide a link at the bottom of this in the details section. It will show you how popular it is, how people praise it. And I myself must also praise the darn thing. It makes phenomenal bread. I kid you not. I mean, why go to the supermarket when you can make it yourself? All you have to do is put the ingredients in and then turn it on. 4 hours later, you have bread. Doesn't get any easier than that. And if you want to make dough for donuts, bagels, pizza, you put the ingredients in, and then halfway through its process, you take the dough out. And there you go, you've got the dough. Then you can put it into little circles and throw it in the fryer. And then you're going to have your donuts. Well, that's just amazing, isn't it? You need one of these. They're expensive, $230. You can find one on sale sometimes for $160 to $170. I got mine for $130. It was just a fluke of luck. But I might just buy another one in case this breaks. Now, I've shown you a lot of devices that are going to be very useful to you. But there's one last device, which I think we all need. Because when times get tough, we're going to need a retreat. A sweet, sweet, delicious retreat. And that's why no family can be without this. An ice cream maker. Bad angle. There we go. It's by Cuisinart. Makes ice cream. I just bought it. And if you go down to Kohl's right now, because at this time, they're getting rid of these models. If they have any left, you're going to get it at a significant price cut. I paid $40 for this. Normally, they're $60. What happens is you put the bowl in the freezer that's inside of this thing. You'll read the instruction. You put the bowl in the freezer. Then the next day, after letting it, cool down to 0 degrees, you pull the bowl out. You take the chilled ingredients, mix them together, dump them in the bowl, turn it on, and 25 minutes later, you have ice cream. Now, isn't that great? I know a lot of us don't like doing things ourselves. We like to shop for the supermarket for our ice cream. We also go there for our bread, or we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken for our fried foods. But in the future, you must come to grips with the fact that food prices may raise, that things might become more expensive. And if you're living on food stamps, you're not going to be able to afford to go out to the supermarket and buy everything like you used to, or go down to KFC or Burger King. But I ask you, why give up your standard of living? Even if you're not unemployed, you could be someday. So prepare yourself for that by buying these simple things that will bring such tremendous joy to your life that you'll never want to be without them. I mean, you need more than just a microwave and a coffee machine and an oven. Save yourself time and effort by buying these devices that do all the heavy lifting when it comes to cooking for you. You'll be glad you did. Well, thank you for your time. I wish you a good day, as always.